Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek, here with Leonard Boyd of Backspindle Games, co-designer of Codinca, and of course Guards, out in a new edition from yourself this time. Maybe you want to mention that first, and we'll talk about Codinca here.
Well, the first edition of Guards was obviously published through Zeman Games. Sold very well for us, and when Zeman merged with Philosophia last year, they moved on to different things. But we had a very amicable split, and we decided to publish ourselves the second edition, so we've had a good look at it. We've took on board the comments we got back on wonderful places like Board Game Geek, of course, reworked the rules, sorted out a few problems, tweaked them slightly, and we've republished the second edition ourselves this year, so it's just been released.
So now, in addition to that, we have a second game from you. This is a pre-production copy, I guess we should mention as well. So what's the goal of the game? What are we trying to do here? What's the setting?
It's basically a very simple strategy stroke puzzle game. We've got 16 tiles on the board. There's 4 sets of 4 with different symbols. There's 4 symbols representing fire, water, air and earth. Each player controls one set of 4 tiles. So one player will be controlling the air tiles, one will be controlling the fire tiles. Each tile has the same symbol on both sides, which has a gold symbol on one side and a stone on the reverse. And at the start of the game, we have a set of key discs. Each person draws one from each pile, and that gives them 4 target patterns which they must achieve.
Okay.
So they're kept secret, but that gives you 4 patterns which you must move your tiles into on the board.
Okay.
You must match the pattern and the colour in each case. That's the first person to achieve all 4 wins. Now how they go about doing that is very simple. On your standard turn, you move one tile and you flip one tile. So
the same tile or different tiles?
Any
your
tile.
choice.
Yeah, you must move one of your tiles, your move, so you can pick up any one of your own symbol tiles. You can switch its position with any adjoining tile, including the diagonals. So we could do that. I then must turn over a tile. Now the flip can be any tile on the board. It can be one I've just moved, it can be my tile, it can be my opponent's tile. So
what's the advantage of flipping an opponent's tile if I'm trying to match for purely my own?
Yeah,
right?
You're trying to stop. They have to match their patterns, and they have to match them in a specific color. You don't know what that is.
But I guess if you, after the first time you play, you're going to be like, I don't know what you're trying to do. But after that, if you see the patterns, you have some idea possibly of what they're doing. We
have a rough idea, but you're always taking a chance, because some patterns are one color, all stone, all gold. Some patterns are mixed. Okay. You take a chance. If you want to turn over another, you're taking a chance. You may help, you may hinder. Okay. But the whole thing is about getting in your own pattern. So your basic turn is just that you move and flip. But each player starts with a number of luck tokens. With those tokens, at the end of any turn or at the beginning of a turn, you can spend one of those and buy additional actions on that round. So you can buy things like line pushes, where you can move one tile from one end to the other and push them all up. So we can do this with a row. Okay. We can buy block rotates, where we take 4 tiles and rotate them clockwise or anti-clockwise. We also have locks in the game, where you can spend one of these tokens and move the lock totem, which sits in the center. If we put it on a red crystal, it locks that line for a complete round until it comes back to me. If you put it on a blue crystal, it locks the 4 surrounding tiles, and no one can touch that until it comes back to my turn. And that's basically it. It's a matter of just, you must achieve all 4 patterns. You can do it in any sequence.
And you reveal them as you do each one?
You reveal them, and then you place them face down again. It's up to your opponent to remember what you've achieved and what you haven't. Okay. Each player is going for a diagonal, a line of 4, a block, and 4 corners. Okay. The colour is different for everybody, so everyone knows basically what the patterns are going to be. It's up to your opponent to try and remember what you've achieved when you're trying to get your last one. The last thing that's in the game are trap cards. Every person is dealt one of these at the start, but these are kept face down. You're not allowed to look at that until you decide to play it. Okay. Oh, that can be played.
I see.
You can play that at the start or the end of your turn. And what that does, if you decide to play that, you turn it face up. you point the arrow towards the board, and all the tiles will flip over to match that pattern. So it resets the board. It's the equivalent of, this isn't working for me, I'm going to hit it a kick and see what happens.
Okay.
So it can.
So nothing moves, but all the
flips
color.
over. So it can help you. There's tiles in there which will turn the whole tile, the board, to stone or to gold. But there's lots of different patterns. So you can use it to help yourself. If your opponent's about to win, you can take a chance and play it. It may just give you an extra couple of rounds to catch up. It's just a random reset.
Okay.
But it's a very simple game. 10-15 minutes for a 2-player game. A 4-player game becomes interesting, but you get more luck tokens. And a 4-player game will take about half an hour or so.
Okay. Thanks very much for the overview.
Thank you very much.